Hi, I want to talk about animal testing for a moment. Now, I'm going to assume that you know a bit about animal testing and how cruel it can be, like using bunny rabbits and dogs, purposely giving them diseases like muscular dystrophy, or putting chemicals in rabbits' eyes, or cutting rats' flesh off and then restitching it, or using cats and opening up their skulls to get to their brains. And many of these tests are not proven clinically to adapt to humans. But if they are close enough to us that we can test on them, why are they not close enough to us to have respect and care for them? We don't even retire most of them, do a few tests, and then give them a nice retirement in a sanctuary funded by the government, since we fund this stuff with our taxes. No, they use them repeatedly and then throw them away like trash. And some of these are primates with 99% DNA as us. That's how self-centered we are. But I'm going to propose another idea. I know people have thrown it around before. I just want to get some thoughts. Animal testing on child molesters, rapists, and murderers. Obviously not, well, humans are animals, so I guess it is still an animal test. Human tests. Or people with the actual diseases electing to take the experimental drugs, like AIDS and such. I understand sometimes it's later in the stages and they do offer that occasionally. Now, I'm not the most well-versed in this, and I think it is a serious issue, and we do need better medicine. But the innocent and torturing them for their life and then throwing them away, should we use people who have done horrible things? Now, my only concern is some people have been later found innocent, so there should have to be an overwhelming amount of evidence. But rather than give people a death penalty, why not do this? Make them contribute and repay their debts to society. Or consider giving them the death penalty still. You know, a lot of these serial killers and rapists are a lot of cowards. Yes, they're cowards, a lot of them. They're scared of the death penalty. If I was going to get life in jail because I made a mistake impulsively, I would welcome the death penalty rather than a life in a cage, like a factory-farmed animal. Of course, I've known people who have spent prison time who think that animals on factory farms who are 100% innocent are treated way, way worse, and that is a fact. Caging, drugging, castrating, tail and ear docking, live transport in all weather, freezing cold or hot without even water to the slaughterhouse from the factory farms, sometimes long distance. Did I say debeaking, branding, castrating, branding, dehorning, like debeaking, and mutilating in many ways, forced breeding. They have it way worse than any criminal. And those are norms that we pay people to do every single day for us, basically hiring hitmen to rape and terrorize and murder animals. But anyways, back to animal testing. A lot of it is useless. We know these chemicals are bad. We shouldn't put on our hair and skin if it is bad for our eyes. You don't need to repeatedly test. They're not clinically proven. But what are your opinions about testing on 100% known convicted people, where there's no chance of it being overturned or later finding the DNA exonerates them and such? I think it's something worth exploring. You're going to give them the death penalty. Not to say that they should suffer before they die, but if they made and tortured people, raped, murdered, kind of like what we do to animals, so we're all kind of serial killers, why not consider that and have more people who have the diseases like AIDS, hepatitis, and other issues, cancers, elect to take the drugs. At least make the offering. Make it legal. So share your thoughts. Look up more on animal testing. and how horrible it is, and how they give them no retirement and repeatedly torture them over and over with our tax dollars with no repercussions, and often not result-based or evidence-based practice. Doesn't apply to people. Thank you. Please share if you care.